It doesn't engine brake, man. It doesn't engine brake. Okay. I don't like that because I use this for dirt biking, man. I need engine braking when going down the hill, man. I'll just be like first gear all the time, you know? Alright, we got 10 minutes to kill, so we're just gonna kill it riding around the neighborhood. I'm sure I'm annoying the neighbors. Looks like everybody's getting home from work, so. Alright, that's it. We'll just let it cool down for a little bit. Back in the garage. Whoops. Okay, so we're gonna let it cool down for 5 minutes. Man, this thing doesn't want to stay running. Okay, I increased the idle again, man. It just seems like it doesn't want to run when it's hot. When it's cold, it's fine. So what would that mean? It's richer when it's cold. And when it gets hot, it gets less richer. So I think that's fine. It's fine. We want to shoot the idle. We want to keep on increasing the idle until it becomes, normal. Yeah. So anyway, so that was it. I got it to a full hour, man. We've been out here an hour. So hour and 1 minute so far. So we probably gonna let it idle for 5 more minutes, and then we're gonna kill it, and that'll be it for today. The bike, it ran pretty good. I noticed it doesn't want to idle sometimes. I've keep on adjusting the idle screw, more open. It just seems like, I think when it's hot, the mixture is less rich. So yeah. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a plug pop. That's what we're gonna do. Not a plug pop. We're just gonna pull the spark plug when it cools down, and then we'll check to look and see what the mixture looks like. What we could do is we could do a compression test too. Yeah, we'll do that also. So we'll do a compression test, and we'll pull out the spark plug. We'll let it cool down for 5 minutes before we do that, though, so we don't get burned. It doesn't have to be like scorching hot, Oh, there we go. Died again. Maybe I want to increase the idle more. But I am noticing it is harder. It's having a harder time starting than it was before, man. Yeah, it's having a harder time starting than it did before. Now I can understand why people buy like a heavy-duty starter for this. Sounds good though, man. The engine it feels like it's got a lot of power. So, but we won't know until we flog it, We were just riding it really easy, I was trying to vary the RPMs a lot. But yeah, I thought it was going to be hard to break it in, but hey, an hour riding around the block was actually not too bad, I didn't feel like I was bothering anybody. But I was wondering, like, if anybody's going to call the police anytime soon, right? Because it's just wah, wah. It sounds like someone just racing around the neighborhood. See, it's running fine now, but it's a little lopey, It'll kind of go up and down. The RPM will go kind of up and down. So yeah. I hope we don't blow the engine up. Alright, let's check out. But yeah, we did get an hour of runtime, so hour and 5 minutes now. Well, we can shut it off now. Also, I have this doohickey here that tells you how hot stuff gets. The cylinder is about 180 something degrees, and so is the cylinder head. The engine cover is 100 degrees, so you definitely don't want to touch that. That's 200 degrees right there. How hot does the exhaust get? I know, I bought this thing and I never use it, so. Exhaust is 160, so the head's pretty hot, man. The cylinder in the head is about 200 degrees. Surprising. The exhaust is actually not that hot. Oh, no, it is. It's 200. Everything's about 200 degrees, so. I'd imagine it would get hotter. It's about 100 degrees cooler at the other end, so that's good. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go. Gonna do a compression test and pull the plug and take a look at it. All right, here's me go. Okay, here's Mick here, and so we just got done breaking in the engine. Supposedly we got it done according to the manual. We wrote it. We warmed it up, and then we wrote it for an hour. I rode it around the neighborhood for like an hour, and then my backyard for a little bit, and then we let it cool off right now. So you want to cool it down and let it. So tomorrow I might go do the same thing, just ride it for like 20 minutes though. So nothing too long. Okay, so now we're gonna check the spark plugs right now to see how it's running. It looks good. It's a little brownish. I think that's good, or it's kind of lean. So yeah, but that's with letting it idle. I notice it's wanting to it's wanting to die. Like it doesn't want to idle. So let me get a light. Okay, some more light there. It's kind of hard to see, but I can tell you now. It looks good. It looks like it's gray or it's lean. It's right in the middle, or it's lean. But we didn't really get on it. So what we're gonna want to do when we get to the racetrack is we're gonna want to flog it. You know, get the engine warmed up, and then run it high RPM for a little while, you know, and then stop, and then pull the plug out. So that's what we'll be doing at the racetrack to see what looks like. But yeah, because we don't want to run the engine lean, you know. All right. So that looks pretty good. New plug, but it's a little black at the tips and a little white the rest of the way. So I think that's okay. Looks okay. If anything, it looks like it's a little lean, but like I said, we didn't really ride it that hard, you know. We didn't ride it that hard, and we were just letting it idle and cool down. So, all right. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna go check the compression real quick, since supposedly it's broken in now. Well, I want to get an idea what kind of compression we're running, just in case we'll be running high octane on this, or 91 octane, high pump octane is what I want to call it. Okay, the gauge hooked up. It seems like the starter's having a harder time getting this, put the spark plug on, so it's got a place for the spark to go. Oh yeah, one thing we might want to do is turn the fuel off. I totally forgot about that. We probably want to turn the fuel off so it doesn't spray fuel in there, but it's kind of too late already. I forgot. We should have just let the engine die, but we didn't. But that's okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna check it real quick. It will not start because there's no spark plug. So. Okay, 140. It's a lot lower than it was before. A lot lower. That's not good. Okay, I'll check it one more time. Check it 2 more times. It takes a lot of cranks to get it up there. Yeah, 140 again. There we go. 3rd time. Oh, you know what? We're supposed to hold the throttle open. I forgot. Okay, hold the throttle open. That's probably why. There we go. There we go. Okay, 240. 240. That's higher than before. Okay, so that's why the compression wasn't going up. I forgot I was supposed to hold the throttle open. So we got to check it 2 more times now. I hope the starter can handle it. Okay, so 240-ish. Okay, hold the throttle open. Stops at 240 again. Ooh, it smells like fuel now. This is why you run the carb dry first. Okay, and then one more time. Hold the throttle open. Hit the starter. .240. So 240. Okay, so on my compression test results, we got 140, 140, 240, 240, 240. So, gee, boy, the difference holding the throttle open makes, is what I'm gonna say. That's a very healthy compression. That's really good. I'm gonna say we should put high octane in the engine. Before we did well, it's only 20 psi more. Before we did the rebuild, we were getting 220, 223-ish. So after we're getting 240, and that's like just right after break-in. It probably still needs a little more break-in. So it may go up some more. So we're gonna have to check it. We'll probably check it after the race is what I'm thinking. So 240 is what we're running. All right, well, so that's it. That's the end of the break-in vlog. This is the first startup and the break-in vlog. So we warmed it up, and then we rode it for an hour, and then we let it cool down a little bit, and then we checked the spark plug. The spark plug looks okay. It looks like it's a gray, or it looks like it's lean, or in the middle, stoichiometric. It definitely doesn't look rich. So, but you saw when we opened it up, it had a bunch of carbon in there. It's only pushing like 20 more psi. So I don't think that's a super big jump in compression. At least I don't think it is. But if you remember in the book said 190 is the highest spec for this, and that sounds about right for a 9.5 to 1. 190 is already is the highest spec for it. So we've already gone like 30 psi over 190. So and then now we're going even higher. So I definitely think we should run a high octane fuel on this. It's a gas zipper anyway, so it's not a big deal to put more expensive fuel in it. So, but I think a high octane fuel would be fine. So, all right, so that's it. The bike runs. It seems to run good. I feel that the engine braking is less now. Hopefully that gets better over time. And we're gonna go take it to the track on Saturday, and we'll do a little break-in ride for that day. We'll just ride it around Sonoma for a while, just to make sure everything gets broken in nicely. And what I might do is after that we'll change the oil. We'll change the oil at the track, and we'll put a new filter in, and then we'll go and then we'll go race it. So that should be good. One thing we might want to do is check what the oil looks like. Okay, so real quickly we'll just check what the oil looks like right now. Just the the kind of color of it. I'm not gonna really check the oil level and all that stuff. We can check that after. Alright, so I'm just gonna spread it on this napkin here. It looks pretty clean still now. Yeah, still looks pretty fresh. So I would say maybe after the race we'll change the oil. That's what I'm thinking. Just make sure the oil's topped up. So let's go check the oil level, see if it went down at all. I checked it last night, and it was like it was pretty much like at the top, right where it should be. Okay. To check the oil on the KLX, you gotta screw the dipstick in. It's different for every bike, man. It's freaking annoying. Okay. There you go. It's pretty much where I left it, so it really didn't consume any oil at all. It's good. I think it's good. So yeah, we didn't really go through that much oil. But everything looks like it's running good, so. Alright. Here's Mick out. So that was it. Alright, here's Mick here. So so that was it. That was the first startup and the break-in video. You saw it took like an hour to break in, and then we checked the compression, and we checked the spark plug, checked the oil. Pretty much everything, checks out. Nothing looks like the way it should. There's no shavings in the oil or anything yet. So I think we can still run that. We'll run that all for a while. After the race, we'll change it. So that's pretty much the end of the KLX140 big bore top end rebuild series. Hope you guys enjoyed. When I uploaded some videos to the computer already, and there was like 6 hours worth of video already, and I wasn't even done yet. I'd imagine I probably worked on this for like 10 hours. So I think if you're like an accomplished mechanic, like a professional mechanic, probably do it in like 3 or 4 hours. There were shops that were quoting me for like $600, $700 to do this job, and that's on this bike. This most simplest of bikes, just a single cylinder, air-cooled, not even oil-cooled motorcycle. So I shudder to think how much it would cost to rebuild like a 4-cylinder or something, or a triple cylinder, you know. So yeah, so I saved myself a whole bunch of money doing it myself, but I spent like more than 10 hours on this. So could I have done it in less time? Probably. I just want to make sure I did it right, you know, the first time, and I did everything by the book, you know, and to the best of my ability. So if you watch my video and you figure you can't do it, you know, I would pay someone to do it. It does use, you know, you have to have a good amount of tools to do it, and you know, if you need space, you know, my garage is like full of tools for like a couple nights. It was a lot of time. It was my first time rebuilding a motorcycle engine like this, and it was a bit of an ordeal. It took about as long as it does in the car. So I've done cars before, so there's just more parts on the cars, you know, they're just bigger. But yeah, so I look forward to. I will be racing this bike in Supermoto USA Round 4 this weekend. So hopefully it'll be able to keep up with the little bikes a little better now. So hopefully nothing happens to it. So there'll probably be a follow-up video. Well, the Supermoto USA will have a video about the racing. Hopefully it does well and it doesn't blow up or anything. I would hate for that to happen. I did buy some high octane fuel, 91 octane, just in case, you know, and we'll be putting that in there. I think it's probably half a tank of whatever was in there right now. So. But yeah, I do notice there's less engine braking, and yeah, and I haven't really been able to get on the throttle, but it seems like it's got a good amount of power. I'm hardly giving it any throttle, and it's getting along just fine. So we'll see when we start to flog on it. But supposedly it's broken in already. It's only like an hour riding is what the book says, and then you can ride it however you want. But we're gonna just ride it real gingerly the next couple times before the race, so, and I think we should be okay. All right, so I hope you guys learned something through this video series, how to rebuild a KLX140 using parts kit from an Indonesian seller. There's a lot of parts for these bikes in Southeast Asia. You know, these are really popular bikes, and it's a great bike in my opinion. It's tough. You saw when I opened the engine, like it still looked good in there. It's low maintenance, and it can take a beating. I don't go easy on this bike. All right, here's what I got. KLX170 project finished.